Hi, hello. This is Wulfryk post podcast. Dusty fucked up and failed to record me, so here I am. We're about to do this as a nice little dub over.
I cannot lie. For I I cannot lie because I am like John Cena. You cannot see me.
You have a big butt and you cannot
Dusty
lie.
That
fucked
was
up
the
that
opening,
intro
wasn't
hard.
Yeah, it was. I
Uh,
fucked it up too.
Yeah, you fucked it up right away.
Good.
I want to kill myself.
I fucked it up immediately. First line was the wrong line. I'm like, well, we're going with it now. I refuse to restart.
I'll be talking about my therapist with this.
You know what? That's probably for the best. That's probably for the best. Where are we? It's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
It's been a long year.
This week has been one hell of a decade. Let me tell you what. Welcome to Collecting Dust Podcast, where we do the thing.
God,
My
great
things
intro
are no
right
longer
there.
going to
Great
be-
job.
Where we do the thing. You listen.
My things are going to no longer be collecting dust because there's a rat in the house and we don't know where it is. So we're making sure we know where everything is.
The rat will be collecting dust.
The rat's going to be eating anything that's collecting dust.
The rat.
Something about a rat. I don't remember what I
Yes.
said.
Oh.
At the very least, I have a cat.
Meow.
Yeah.
How's your cat doing?
She is laying on her kennel and looking at me.
You better not.
She is
be
currently a loaf.
here.
She has
Hello.
blinked.
She has blinked. Thank you for the minute by minute update.
You're
She has
welcome.
blinked.
You asked how she was doing. That's how she's doing. She blinked.
My cat found fried chicken outside.
How the fuck
Just
did
outside?
Yep.
Just
I
wild?
opened
Well,
the door. He came in and he had a chicken leg in his mouth.
You know, only in Texas. Honestly.
It's fried chicken. I guarantee, because there's a park nearby, so I guarantee they were out in the park, and someone was picnicking, and everyone turned their back, and here comes my cat, and he got a chicken leg. He came in with the
larceny.
He came in with the bone. He just had. It's like, why do
The
you have
whole ass
a
bone.
chicken leg with you?
Larceny.
Damn. Okay. Well, let's. Oh, I forgot to have the wheel up.
You fucked it up, dude.
Ran. I still don't know what to Google for this thing. I Google something different every time, and it still
It's
pops
Wheel
up.
of Names. Just use Wheel of Names.
I typed
what
in
I use.
rando wheel this time, and it still came up. Man, this website has some great search.
optimization.
Yeah, I just type something wheel. It's like, do you want wheelofnames.com? Like, yes, thank you.
We made it this far, and he never asked about my cat, and my feelings are hurt.
That's the one I always use. I just always put like wheel randomizer, rando wheel, name wheel spin. I just
Also,
It always
somehow he
comes
forgot
up.
Wheel of Names. Why can't he remember that name?
all right.
Spin the wheel.
Duh, e, and w. Spin. Who's gonna tell us about the shit first?
It me.
Why? Oh, I'm just blind. Oh my god, fancy.
No.
The wheel actually picked Lad?
Yeah,
Wait, the wheel picked me?
yeah. What games have you been
That
playing?
never happens. Can we get a reroll just to make sure it's legit?
No.
Re-rolling. I'm kidding.
No. No.
Meow.
It's a sign.
Riddle
Let's
is currently
go.
trying to get into the trash.
Fancy, what games have you been playing? Tell us
Thanks.
about what you've been doing.
Mortal Kombat 1,
Kombat.
Dragon Age,
Call of Duty, Fortnite, and that's about all I can remember. And the podcast game, but that's a given.
All right. Wulfryk, what
Yeah,
games have you been playing?
Thanks for interrupting me. I've been playing like Tactics Ogre, Blade and Sorcery. I've been getting back into that. Web fishing, a little bit of Atlas.
Smut.
Uh,
Oh, web fishing.
Yep, web fishing. That's what I said. I dabbled in a little snail simulator again.
Going back to the mines, huh?
And Minecraft. Yeah. Yep, modded Minecraft.
Yeah.
I don't remember what other games I played. I was really going off about these games, wasn't I?
Reading. What a nerd.
Oh yeah, I've been reading. A lot of Wings of Fire.
Eelayne!
Don't put me on the spot, man.
Eelayne! What have you been playing?
I've been playing Skyrim, Dragon Age, web fishing, and the Pokemon TCGP.
Yeah. I was wondering who would mention it first.
Oh shit, I forgot
Yeah.
Dragon Age.
I forgot that's technically a game.
I'll
Everyone-
own up to playing a mobile game, but only if it's a card game.
Everyone has owned up to it. It's shit. How much money did that game make? Hold on. I'll just not use this news, and I'll just say it now. Podcast notes, news. Also
Overwatch.
9 days there was 30 million downloads, and in 4 days it made $12 million. Everyone's playing TCG Pocket. It's fine.
Oh, I've also been playing Overwatch Classic because
Yes.
being able to play the old Symmetra again has been a godsend. I miss the lock-on laser. It's still not even my favorite version of Symmetra because my favorite version was the Shield Gen Symmetra. It's when I mostly mained Symmetra. But like being able to play my old main again in a form that's roughly equivalent to the way they she used to be is very happy.
Yeah, the time I remember having the best time with that game was like a year later when we had like Lucio Ball and like the first Junkenstein. That Mercy was still the character I liked, but there was also Sombra, which means Mercy had somewhat of a shutdown character that the enemy team could use. I definitely prefer that time, but I'm just happy to have Mercy back, even just for 2 weeks. I have been doing a lot of the usuals, the finals. Fortnite released another real car, so I had to buy that. I started Forgive Me Father 2. It's been slow, but I've been playing it. I've started Trepang 2. That's another one I've started, but haven't really gotten that far into. Started web fishing, Overwatch Classic, Pokemon TCG Pocket, and I'm once again playing Borderlands 3.
Again with the Borderlands?
Well, with that one, I'm being a supportive boyfriend. I wouldn't have chosen it, but I'm playing it. And I think that's it for me. Got a lot of games I started.
Wow.
Oh, I started playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City from the GTA 3 definitive remaster or whatever the fuck they did. Yeah, they released an update after 2 years. They've updated it again.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it was one of the biggest problems a lot of people had with it. Like now it's basically playable. When you look close, you can still realize it's AI slop. But at least like on the Nintendo Switch especially, it's kind of hard to tell now. It actually like mostly looks the part. the thing that mostly looked off was the lighting. It was
Right.
way too bright in like modern day. They added filters to make it look, each game now looks like it did when it was released.
The piss
So
filter.
like San Andreas has kind of like the really early, slightly yellow piss filter, but also at night everything's like really blue. Yeah, like they actually fixed the lighting. So now for the most part it looks okay. So Vice City's always been my game of the three, so I started playing that again.
That's neat. Good for you.
And I still prefer Vice City, but going back and playing that game, I've pretty much fully realized I actually think I'm just not a big fan of GTA games.
Yo, I'm finally
Like-
not alone.
You don't
Compared to
like
other
doing
games.
crimes?
It's more like, it's like, because I tried to play 5 again as well, and it's just it's more the structure of everything.
Yeah.
It's the fact that every single thing is a crime,
All of it.
and it's all like, it's either
What do
the
you
main.
mean every single thing is a crime?
Well, like, yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto, but does every mission need to be the same thing? Like
Oh,
like this is my problem
It's
with
called Grand Theft
GTA
Auto.
5.
I'm not stealing cars. I'm not playing Grand Theft Auto.
Well, see, that's the thing is like my problem with GTA 5 is when you get to over halfway through, all of a sudden it's set up heist, set up heist, set up heist, set up heist, do a heist, set up heist, set up heist, set up heist, set up heist, do a heist, and I just got bored of it. And that's kind of what Vice City is. It's meet this person, do a bunch of jobs for him. Meet this person, do a bunch of jobs for him. Meet this person, do a bunch of jobs for him. You killed the bad guy, you win. It's like,
it's pretty
I don't
boring.
know. Or shit. It's just really it's repetitive. I've
Incredibly.
I like Vice City mostly because that was the one I grew up with. Is basically what I'm realizing. The rose-tinted glasses are now like half on, and I'm like, oh, that I'm just not a big fan of GTA games. I think. Oh shit! I think when I was a kid and I was just driving around a taxi, picking people up and taking them to their destination and playing it like Crazy Taxi, I had more fun. Maybe I was just like Crazy Taxi. I don't know.
Hold on, I'll be back.
All right.
You
Hey,
would like
TK?
Crazy Taxi.
Yeah. So weirdly, now I think I'm one of the very few people who's not hyped for GTA 6 because I've played
Yes.
Vice City now and 5, and I'm like, I don't know, I just don't think I'm a big fan of these.
I'm finally not alone in that opinion.
Now GTA 5 online is pretty fun,
Yeah, it can be.
but the actual campaign is like, I don't know. I'll play it, but a year after everyone else or so, when it finally comes to PC. Because it's not coming to PC on launch day, for some reason.
They really?
Just consoles.
Good
PS5 and Series X and S. That's it. It's because with GTA 5 and them, they realized, okay, we could release it. Then we could re-release it and make even more money. Then we could re-release it and make even more money. And then we could
I hate
re-release it and
that.
make even more money. So that they're already setting that up. Everyone wants to play GTA 6, so they will buy it on a console. But then once it comes to PC, everyone who else has a PC will buy it for PC. But they won't get me because I'm not going to buy a PS5 just for GTA 6.
Everyone
I'm
wants
not
to be
gonna do it.
Pokemon. That's just where it's at.
Yeah, yeah, Rockstar. Why don't you just make GTA 5, 6, red and blue? Just do it.
You released 2 games. You only really had to make one. There's a minor tweak between the 2 games, and like some dialogue differences, maybe a little story difference, but most of it is the same.
Oh my god, they could really lean into it and be like, they could really make fun of both
You know what's
sides.
funny? This ties into my news pick, by the way.
GTA 6 red is if Kamala took over, and GTA blue is if Trump won. And they just full on lean to that.
The blue version is just Wolfenstein.
Oh no.
Kind of want to play Wolfenstein. I've seen gameplay of it. It looks fun. I've
It's
never
alright.
actually played a Wolfenstein game. 2.
Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
It's not fucking Castlevania.
The new ones or the
The
original
new
ones?
ones. Yeah, the new ones.
Youngblood.
No, not
No.
Youngblood.
What do you have against Youngblood? It's okay.
The one with the 2 girls?
Yeah, it's okay if you play it on mute.
No,
No,
I
no,
just remember
I
people
com-
hating it when it was new.
I've never hated it. I'm on your side where the 2 characters are terribly written and very annoying, but the gunplay is actually really
yeah,
good.
it's
So
Wolfenstein, so
play-
it's got good gun stuff.
play the game on mute and you'll have a good time. Listen to a podcast while you play it.
I mean, I do that in gaming all the time.
It depends on the
It's
game.
because I have this is the most ADHD thing you'll ever hear from me. I will like have my headphones on, plugged into my phone, listening to YouTube, like podcasts or music or whatever, and I'm like sitting there playing a video game.
I won't do it with my phone because I have a second monitor, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I'm on PC, I just have that audio in the background while I'm plugged into my computer.
That's dumb.
My
No, we all
brain
do
don't
that.
work like that.
I need extra stimulation when I'm doing pretty much anything.
If I'm doing it depends on the game. When I'm doing my usual like competitive shooter, no, I can't. I will do way worse if I'm doing that.
I mean, if it's something where I need to be able to hear, that's one thing. But usually I do that with friends.
What?
The funniest thing is, like, the best Call of Duty I've ever played is when I've had the volume muted. Well, best and worst.
When I'd play Siege, or anything that requires me to like really listen, especially like games that are super dialogue heavy, the thing that usually keeps me from needing that extra stimulation is usually talking. Like if I'm alone, I'll just start talking to myself.
You know, I can hear people reacting to me, but I don't know what I said.
I mean,
I
it's
am
true. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you.
so forgetful.
It's not like I particularly am having conversations. I'll just start saying things that I should be thinking out loud.
Just my partner casually talking about how she's crazy. We're cool. It's cool.
Where were we? I forgot.
We're just talking. We're in the
okay.
we're in the small talk phase.
We're shooting
We're
the
just
shit.
talking. Just
Did
shooting the
everyone
shit.
already say what games they were playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I tuned
I've
out.
been playing number 15.
Number
Can't
15.
believe- Can't believe you tuned out, dude. Just in front of everyone like that? Really?
No, I just don't remember if everyone did it. I know I did it and Dusty did it.
You say you remember the
uh-huh.
first person and the last person. The 2 middle ones, fuck them.
That's
They really
just because
care.
he's that misogynistic that it starts hitting on non-binary people too.
Oh,
The couple starts talking and he's like, "Oh my god, with these people again."
Get a fucking move.
It's been a long day. Everyone's tired. Everyone's tired.
Yeah. What's funny is I woke up like 4 hours ago.
Damn.
oh.
I wish I'd stop waking up. What?
Oh,
Damn.
no, Dusty.
Same.
Forever sleep.
It's a mood. That's a problem. That we're all just like, can I die?
That's a paddling.
That's our generation.
Hey, Elaine, does your therapist have an open slot?
Probably.
I'll fly down there. What we're saying, Wulfryk, sorry.
You know, good question. I don't remember what I was saying.
Yeah.
On account of
Haha, get ADHD'd. I heard
Why
a
did
meow.
that work?
ADHD. Huh?
I heard a meow.
Yeah, that was Gretel.
Oh my god.
I don't know what she wants right now. She's just staring at me.
Oh,
You want pets?
the big eyes.
My
Mother-
cat
knows you
did
want
that, you
attention,
wouldn't
but I've
hear
been
it
playing with her
because
this whole
her
time.
voice sucks.
Huh?
Truly a cute
I'm
cat.
afraid I don't want to go to jail.
She will
You're out of touch.
touch.
You're out of
You don't have the
I'm
touch
out of
or the
my
power.
head when you're not around. You're out.
touch.
Here's the
I'm out
touch.
of time. That's the only touch song I know.
Oh, a human touch. That's what I was talking about here. Yeah, you guys better go listen to A Human's Touch. Good song. It's got a picture of a Furby
human?
on it. Yeah, human.
Sounds boring.
You're boring. It's such a good song. Get fucked.
I'll show you my human touch.
I meant to do that as like a single joke, like human touch sounds boring, but then I just realized it makes it, the way I said it just makes it sound like I was saying the song sounds boring.
Yeah, you
But
sound
it's
like a
not.
dick.
Called a human's touch.
That's what I said.
A
And I know you're
human!
correcting me now.
I touch
But
you.
that is
No, you
actually
said
what I
the
fucking
human
said.
Pizza
No,
human.
you're a liar. The pizza, He-Man. Eat it. Oh.
She touched my peppy.
Oh no.
She
Oh, it's
human
my-
on my touch till I the.
It's okay,
My
Fancy.
Tupperware remix started.
It's okay, Fancy.
Yeah.
Where did she touch you? This is a safe place.
Rattle.
Meow. All right, shall we get to the news?
We shall
Let's
get to the
right
news.
into the news.
Oh, where is it? First
The
time.
album
You'll
art
have
for
to
the song
find
is
it,
a,
Batman.
is a finger about to touch a Furby.
Yeah, it's like
Why?
God
That's not
and
a human
David.
touch. That's a Furby touch.
I'll touch your Furby.
You're touching the Furby.
So
Yeah,
it's the
don't-
Furby singing.
I'm gonna scream at all of you.
Can I? That just I don't know why, but touched by a Furby just made me immediately think of "Fucked by an Anchor." That if you've ever heard that song.
What kind of an anchor? Like a
Fuck
news anchor,
you.
or am I getting
You're a
crushed by a
fucking
boat's anchor?
You're getting fucked by a boat
In the
anchor.
balls. Fuck.
Damn, Mr. Krabs' house
You're
is
a
gonna
dirty
land on me.
wanker. Oh no, it's the SpongeBob talk. Yeah, so I'm gonna sit in silence through all of this.
Did you ever notice a reminder that Mr. Krabs' house is an anchor, and so is his mother's? The only difference being hers is pink. So
Yes.
the question then becomes: do all crabs live in anchors, or is it just them?
They probably
Can
all
you
live in
raid?
anchors.
I guess you're going to miss the panty raid.
We're gonna make a brief pause here.
Yeah,
I
there was a
mean-
panty raid.
Yeah, just yesterday, I was making the reference about Mr. Krabs not needing to get his wallet. SpongeBob, don't give me my wallet. And then immediately, she needs a sun hat. A sun hat, boy. She needs a sun hat.
Is that when he's dating Mrs. Puff?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's when he's really into Mrs. Puff.
Every 5 minutes. Oh,
Mrs.
SpongeBob.
Oh, she's married. No, she's not. But what happened to Mr. Puff? She doesn't really talk about it. It just cuts to like the lamp, the pufferfish lamp.
Good cutaway. OG first 3-4 seasons of SpongeBob. Great shit. Great shit.
I miss SpongeBob. I haven't watched that show in so long.
Hell,
Sponge Boy Bebop.
Sponge Boy Me Bob.
Egg.
Money.
Anyway, off to the news.
The boy knit you a sweater of tears.
And you can
Let me play you a song with the word smallest violin.
see. I want to bring up when I was a kid. Like I would say, probably middle school was the peak of this. It was all just random SpongeBob quotes, and you'd say a SpongeBob quote, and somebody next to you would just tell you exactly what episode that was
Yeah.
You would just quote whole episodes of SpongeBob with your friends.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Oh,
Art
Yeah,
thou
it was
feeling
nice,
it
but
now,
no,
Mr.
Mr.
Krabs?
My favorite.
Yeah, let's all laugh at the one that has no idea what we're talking about.
One of my favorite episodes was the treasure map. That's a board
My
game.
favorite. One of my favorites was the boating school episode.
Oh, I
Where
remember the Flying
Squidward
Dutchman
keeps
was in
getting.
that one.
Yeah,
Huh?
the Flying Dutchman board game where they trick Mr. Krabs into thinking it's an actual map, so
Yeah.
they go treasure hunting with it.
The funny ending being it was actually a real treasure map.
Yes, it's reverse.
That board game looked actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it came with a little shovel and you dug out a little thing. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have made that an actual board game. Just realize what they took from you.
Well, I have eels and escalators.
Escalators. I still want to buy a bold and brash painting.
I have one on my wall right now. A couple years ago, Hot Topic was selling them.
Oh, I
got one.
remember that. Yeah.
More like belongs in the trash.
All right. Let's.
But one of my favorite episodes was the fucking the one with the boating school where Squidward keeps getting absolutely destroyed by SpongeBob while he's
Yeah.
trying to boat.
Another classic one for my sister and I is the hall monitor episode.
Oh God! Yeah.
Hold the monitor.
On the intersection of Coral and Blanche. What is he doing? He's right on top of me. He's just standing there.
They're menacingly.
Menacingly.
Wee,
Ah,
wee,
man.
wee, wee, wee.
I thank them
Settle
for this
down.
part because
It's
it gives
just
me
a
time
drawing.
to eat now.
Yeah, on Free Balloon Day.
This podcast has devolved into us going down like memory lane with
It's
Yeah, no,
SpongeBob.
don't worry, I'm making some
quoting
noise.
SpongeBob as Wulfryk sits there silently.
Because
I
One
do
of
not
these
want to
days
watch
we'll
that
sit
much
down and
SpongeBob.
we'll
No.
have a SpongeBob marathon, and you'll
No,
experience.
no.
No, it'll
I-
be good episodes.
Yeah, we will only
That's
make you
so
watch
much
the first 3
SpongeBob, I'm
seasons
good.
and the movie, and then we're done.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's classic kids TV. Every episode is only 30 minutes,
Yeah, I was
It's
just gonna.
gonna
I
breeze
guarantee
by.
you.
and
Love with
every
what you've
30
told me.
minutes, there's 2
That
parts.
does not
There's 2
sound
different stories every
enjoyable.
30 minutes. So everything is only 15 minutes long.
It's less than that because there's no commercial.
Oh yes,
It's like
22
20
minutes, and then it's 2 stories per episode. So it's like 12 minutes per storyline.
But the thing that I want to get at is that like I'm pretty sure you started
Yeah.
watching SpongeBob when SpongeBob was already like past the movie.
No, my
right?
brother watched it. I
Like
did.
you hadn't actually seen a lot of it until that point, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I thought
Oh
it was-
no, these aren't.
I love
pies.
that, and I hate
They're
that that was
bomb.
a fucking
Made in
SpongeBob.
a
I
bomb
hate
Bomb factory.
that that is from
They're
SpongeBob.
bombs.
I was better when I didn't know it was.
I think you
Not
would.
a
I think you would have a similar experience
Adventure
with
Time is
SpongeBob
well
that you did
written.
with Adventure Time.
Indoors.
Adventure Time is one of
Take
those
it
things
away,
where Adventure Time
Penny!
gets better the more that you watch it. Like the show gets actually like way more mature and cool, and as you watch it. Whereas SpongeBob, it's like past those 4 seasons, things start kind of devolving into like body horror humor, which was not a direction I think many of us thought it would go.
Yeah, no. Once the
he
main guy
leave or did
left,
he
things
die?
got weirdly
'Cause I thought he
darker
died.
and like more disgusting. It was weird. Like the
Evil.
yeah.
Like that episode that was all about SpongeBob having a splinter the
Sounds
size of
disgusting.
Kansas.
Yes.
I remember that one. I remember the one where they find the swear word on the dumpster.
That's a classic.
Oh yeah, that one's a great episode.
Sailor
actually.
talk. Yeah.
The
Sailor
word.
talk. The salty spittoon as an honorable mention of the second favorite.
No, I'm Dirty Dan.
The episode where SpongeBob kicks Patrick's ass without even touching it.
Yeah. Now which one of you is Dirty Dan? He is.
That episode made me uncomfortable. when I was young.
That's the only episode I remember the name of. That one is called Survival of the Idiots. Well, I only
It's a
remember
good
that
one.
because that was my favorite on the VHS we had at the daycare I went to.
Can I say people from Texas are dumb? Can I say plants from Texas are dumb?
What are you looking at? It's just the guy on the horse machine with a lollipop. Just what are you looking at?
I can explain.
Yeah, I can explain.
You remember that one. Okay.
The inner
so
machinations of my mind are an enigma.
it just cuts to spilled milk.
The news.
So, the news.
The news. We're done with our
Mayonnaise and
SpongeBob
instrument.
references. You played
We
the
had, like, a
Patrick
whole,
Star game, Fancy?
20-minute.
No.
All right.
Please no.
Apparently,
We should play Battle for Bikini Bottom at some point.
I mean, that one was remastered at least. I haven't
Yeah.
remastered.
Oh, right, that was
I've
me.
heard the opposite, and I've played it, and it seems fine, so I don't know.
I've also played it.
I've heard people say it was bad, but I've also
speedrunners
heard
weren't
people say
super
that it was
fond of it
great, so
because,
I don't know what to think.
A bunch of the speedrun techs and tricks got fixed when they made it.
Oh,
Pretty sure that's what I was saying.
That makes sense. For me, it's one
I
of
can
those
get
things
that.
where I think a lot of people don't remember it being as hard as it is, but it's like an early
No, it's
2000s
hard.
3D platformer. Some jumps are hard to make.
there's something to be said, like when it comes to as somebody who plays Skyrim. If they were to remaster Skyrim and cut out like all of the hidden chest bugs and shit like that, I would not be happy.
If they remaster Skyrim and they make it so putting a pot on people's heads do not make them robbable, we riot.
Yeah. If in ES6 there are pots, they must be able to fit on heads.
Yes.
That's just where we are. There should be some unique dialogue if they do that again. If they make it to where there are pots like there were in Skyrim and make it to where you can put them on people's head, it would be hilarious if they added like a unique dialogue. Like, so, what you doing there?
The news.
All
The
right.
wheel.
The news. Let's spin again. Wabam. Already got the names in here. We're spinning.
Aw, man.
Eelayne,
Oh shit.
what's your news?
Here we go again.
Nintendo patent lawsuit could be tipped in Palworld's favor by a GTA 5 mod from 8 years ago, a Japanese attorney suggests. I completely ripped that whole headline, by the way. That is complete plagiarism.
At least you're honest. It also makes it easier to Google. Fantasy, what's your news?
Call of Duty.
That's Call of Duty. That's it? All right.
Well, I don't want to say more yet. Just write it down as Call of Duty.
All right. Wulfryk, what's your news?
A Half-Life speedrunner beat Need for Speed Underground with Gordon Freeman.
Hi, kitty.
There. Need NFSMW Gordon Freeman.
Or Most Wanted, not Underground.
Hello, Gordon.
I try to
Gordon.
make it as memorable as possible so I know what's going on, but I also try to write it as short as possible. So I have NSF MW Gordon Freeman, Call of Duty, and Ninpatendo.
Yeah.
What about yours?
Oh, which one do I want to do? Let's see. There's the EACO. There's the riots at ZeniMax. There's the GameSpot thing. There's the Blizzard thing. There's the Xbox thing, the Sony thing, the handheld thing, the Sonic 4 thing. There is. I'm going to go with this one. And this is one I've made a...
What's wrong with Sonic 4?
Oh, no, it's possible characters before the movie comes out. We already think they've teased which character is next.
Oh, you mean 3? It's the third movie, not fourth.
No, like
Oh,
no,
what's going to be
yeah.
the fourth movie?
During this movie, they're going to tease
Oh,
a new character, and we think we've already figured it out because it turns out, uh,
yeah,
it
I'm sure.
I'll just go through this real quick. This is my news. It's pretty simple, quick to explain. There's this female character in every movie. Then the first one, she wore yellow, and then tails came out. And then in the second one, she wore, uh, in the in yeah. And then in the next one, she wore black and red. For
Oh, and there's Shadow now.
yeah. So, but in her poster, she's wearing pink.
Rouge.
Oh, Amy.
But that's it. Is it Rouge or Amy?
Oh,
It's
it could
definitely
be Amy.
Amy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what people are fighting over, though. A lot of people are like, but it could be Rouge. I'm like, they're not going to do Rouge before Amy. It is either Amy or it's both of them at the same time. It's not just
Amy
Rouge.
is like a staple.
They're not gonna
Although Rouge is, I would argue, Rouge is probably one of the most weirdly popular of the Sonic characters, and we know why.
Rouge
Because she's
is,
got the giant tatas.
Rouge is going to be oogled over, just like Button Mash's mom was. All right.
Yeah,
Rouge
I
was
don't like
designed
that
to
you
be
know
sexy,
about
though.
that.
What do you mean? I want Biggs the cat.
We get a fishing game
Was her mom's
with
name Milk
Big the
or
Cat.
something? What was her mom's name?
Vanilla.
I don't know anything about Sonic, really.
Me neither.
We get a new
I
game.
was
It's
talking
called
about cream and
Nipples, the
cheese.
enchilada.
All right.
Sonic,
Okay,
Vanilla
my
is the
actual
mother.
news is the headline. My headline that I'm writing is the handheld wars are heating up.
Oh, that's her name.
Triple M, we're spinning. We're
Her name is Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Spin the wheel. Give it to me.
Oh,
My
all right. Tell me about this fucking Gordon Freeman mod.
Oh, for
Yeah.
It was almost me.
I
So
knew
like,
it was gonna
be me. I'm gonna be.
So a speedrunner beat Need for Speed Most Wanted, the world record by 90 minutes using a Gordon Freeman mod. Yeah, so it's just Gordon Freeman like running down the street as fast as a car. Yeah, he just runs like alongside the cars with the crowbar and a rear view mirror on display.
Damn.
It's a Half-Life speedrunner named GP.
But
And yeah, he just like annihilated the cars with Gordon Freeman, which means Gordon Freeman is faster. Also, it's hilarious hearing "Something's wrong with your ride" over the radio when you're watching a crowbar fly through the air at impossible speeds.
That's great.
During the races, tire marks can be seen appearing just ahead of him. The sound of brakes screeching and engines revving imply that he's somewhat mechanical in this mod. A lot of strategy just involves jumping high over corners.
Gordon Freeman running down the highway. You left. Something's wrong with your car. There's oil at the starting line.
Yeah, I had a lot to say here apparently, and I remember none of it. This was like 2 weeks ago.
the cutscenes must make no sense.
Oh, for sure. Parker.
While we're on Need for Speed Most Wanted, Need for Speed Unbound is getting a DLC extra campaign drop thing. And the BMW M3 or whatever it's called in that game is in the trailer for it. Also, first playable motorcycle in Need for Speed. Yeah.
Cool. Took them
If you want playable motorcycles,
20
just play
years to
Midnight
get
Club.
motorcycles working. The fucking lazy asses. I'm
So in
joking.
previous games, there had been characters like in the story who had one, but it seems like this is the first one that will be playable. They've been there. They've just been off limits to you specifically. Fuck you.
Why is that?
Just play
do you
Midnight
think?
Club.
Probably because it's a different handling model, and they just didn't want to deal with it for a long time.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Probably also they didn't want to. They didn't know how to deal with crashes.
Yeah.
Not every game could be BMX Unleashed.
Yeah.
I'm really
Or
bad
again,
at
Club
MX
3
Unleashed.
Dub Edition.
Yeah, that's the one. Midnight Club 3. I knew you'd say it eventually.
Yeah, the PSP version that sucked.
I actually have to ask: did
I had
anybody
it on the
else here
original
play
Xbox.
that game?
It's
by the
actually
way?
okay on
MX Unleashed.
PSP. It's actually okay.
Wait, what?
Bitch.
MX Unleashed.
No.
Did any of you play that as a kid?
I played
I did.
BMX Challenge on the PSP
I played MX Unleashed on the Xbox original.
because I had a
That game was
PlayStation
great.
4
It
Xbox
influenced my music
original.
taste irreparably.
No, that's Need for Speed for me. You're wondering like why is he into EDM and all this fast shit? Need for Speed Shift 2 on the PSP that is primarily just Deadmau5.
Oh yeah.
It's like that's where I got it from.
For me, it was like it was MX Unleashed and Need for Speed Underground 2 that definitely impacted my music taste.
Need for Speed Shift 2, the worst racing game on the PSP.
Were there good ones on the PSP?
Yes.
He sounds so offended there.
The problem with Shift 2 is Shift is Need for Speed's attempt at being a Forza Motorsport or a Gran Turismo. Like it's meant to be more sim racy. So
Oh, by the way,
they didn't even attempt to put it on the PSP, and they made it. It was a classic. It's the same game. It's a completely different game, and it was terrible. They have
love
unironically in
those
a Need for
games.
Speed, they have tracks with 90-degree corners, and it's like there's nothing. I'm slamming into that corner every time.
Oh,
sure
let me
is.
tell you about
does
90
he know who
degree
corners
corners.
well. Gordon Freeman. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So
well, go ahead.
go on.
Nope, you go ahead.
I was like, I don't know if we have a segue for this, but I actually really do want to tell you guys about the Nintendo lawsuit thing because it's very funny and I can make it very short.
Fine, do it. I was gonna do an order, but do it.
Okay, so the patent lawsuit could end up getting tipped in favor because the whole lawsuit goes off the idea that the first game to have throwing ball mechanics for catching was the Pokemon games, but actually in 2000, apparently in like 2016, a Grand Theft Auto Pokemon Go edition mod happened, and it might be used as precedent to say that Pal World is in the clear because they can't patent it because they weren't the first to do it
Oh,
in Japan. Even though it's a mod that is heavy in copyright infringement and is a shitty GTA 5 online mod, it could end up being used as precedent. I would also say Pixelmon, by that logic, I think also came out before this. Yeah. Because the big thing is that like the Pokemon Go, or was it or the Pokemon Legends Arceus is their first ever ball throwing mechanic game, and it turns out no, not really.
also, you know what?
I will say they do plan on trying to sue. People believe that they do plan on suing Pal World and other countries as well. So even if they win Japanese court, the United States court might also end up needing to be won.
Yeah, but the problem is if they win Japan, which is a lot stricter, that's going to be one of those things where it's like, well, what they decided for them, then Nintendo, you're fucked. Once there's the precedent, a lot of courts do just go, I mean, you've lost over there.
That's true.
Especially
but we saw with like that's not always the case because like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case was like that, where Amber Heard won in Europe, but in America Johnny Depp won.
Yeah, it also depends on I just lost what I was going to say. It's gone.
Yeah.
No.
God,
No, that's true. And a lot of times copyright, they just don't want to
Oh.
really deal with that.
The other thing is, before Arceus, there was another game that did ball throwing.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was made by the people who did Pal World in 2020.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and people are pointing that out. Like, they could just point their own other game out from 4 years ago. That's like, hey, we did this. It's on their Steam page. I forget the name of the game, but when you go to that game and you scroll down, there's a video of someone catching a giraffe with a ball. So it's like, well, I don't know. Yeah, there's lots of ways of being like, no, this patent, when you look at Japanese law, this patent shouldn't have been allowed.
It's funny because you think about it, Pokemon could end up becoming a genre. And I can't think of a higher status of gaming than saying, yeah, I defined a fucking genre. Look at like Souls likes.
Yeah, we're gonna are we gonna start getting Poke likes or Poke lights?
I would not be upset by that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not like they have any real competition.
Yeah, Game Freak's been fucking it up this whole time. They got more competition's a good thing. Here I was talking a lot, saying a lot of funny things. I bet everyone was so happy
I don't think
to hear
anybody's
what I
ever going to top Pokemon in terms of music in that genre, though, because they also now have Toby Fox, and there's just no winning.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, Fancy.
Yeah.
Tell us about Call of Duty.
Well, you see,
Is this the thing I know of?
Probably. When Season 1 dropped last week, we were greeted with the ability to use our double XP tokens.
Yep, the thing I know.
That were from the previous Modern Warfare games. We had those for a day, and then the next day they were gone. And Activision claimed, oh no, that was a glitch. We were never supposed to have those. Whereas everyone was like, oh, look, they did something nice. They gave us the XP tokens from the previous games. And then flash forward to a couple days ago, they gave in and gave us our double XP tokens back. And I checked that earlier, and I have all of my tokens.
Nice.
That's nice that they gave them back. It's kind of shitty that they would try to take them away. Like
I love that. Everyone actually gave them the benefit of that. Like, oh, that's nice. And they're like, no, that was nice.
Everyone did. It was like, hey, you can use your tokens. That's cool.
Right. So now they didn't do anything nice. You had to fight for the thing they accidentally gave you back. It's not even Activision the nice guys anymore. It's like, no, you give them to us. Give me my shit. Why do my COD points transfer forward, but my XP tokens don't?
This just makes me think of I had a funny glitch in Baldur's Gate 3 on the PC, which was so there was like these outfits called the Periwinkle outfits that you could only get if you were from like Twitch rewards, but they were also in the deluxe edition stuff. So if the deluxe edition files were just there, you would also get the Periwinkle clothes. Sometimes it wasn't all the time. I think it happened for me for like people who just downloaded updates from the early access, which is what I did. But I remember I was rocking the Periwinkle clothes for my Dragonborn, and then I boot up the game and I'm naked, and I was like, oh, what happened there? And I find out, oh, those were Twitch rewards. I wasn't supposed to have those.
All right. So my main news, I'm just going to go through all of them, but my main news is the handheld market is heating up. We got multiple things happening. One, Phil Spencer confirms they are working on a handheld, though it's years away. But there is going to be an Xbox or Microsoft portable gaming system.
I was about to say, Xbox is the only one that
handheld.
hasn't done that, right?
I mean, Sony.
At this point?
Like
Huh?
in the current market, Sony hasn't either.
Well, no, but,
Yeah,
but like
Portal
Sony's
has to
done
be
it
on
before
Wi-Fi.
with PSP.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
like Xbox never had a handheld, right?
you are correct, but I'm talking about like in the current market made by the Nintendo Switch. Like we're kind of having to
Yeah.
restart because of the Nintendo Switch. Handhelds had died because it was like, well, my iPhone can just do it. And now in the 2020s, everyone went, actually, I'm tired of being on my phone all the time. I want my specific devices back.
There's the Switch and the Steam Deck.
Yeah,
And I really want a Steam Deck still.
yeah. Switch 2 is
Steam
like
Deck's really good.
any moment now, basically.
Yeah, it could happen at any time. Take us all by surprise. You could also technically consider the Quest 2 or Quest 3 to be mobile. Or to be,
No,
you can
No.
use them
No.
anywhere, technically.
It's not in your hand.
no, it's not handheld.
That's not
I
handheld,
literally
that's
specific
true.
said handheld.
Yeah, you said handheld, my bad. But I was like, you could technically consider
It
it
is
to be
it is
mobile.
portable, yes, but not what we're talking
Yeah.
about. So yeah, Nintendo Switch anytime now. Xbox is working on one, which if they get, their Microsoft lead to work on it, that very well could be the Steam Deck competitor, because that would be the Windows versus the Linux way.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steam Deck, a white special edition has just been released. You can get it in white now for a limited time.
Nice.
And also the PlayStation Portal got a bit of an update. It is.
I've heard, yeah.
Yeah,
You can play non-PlayStation games on it, right? Or is it that you don't need a PS5 anymore?
Yeah. There is a beta on it that lets you stream games now. So it's not
Oh,
just 100.
So it's like
100
PS
and,
Now.
Yeah, 100 and as long as you have a PS Portal and a PlayStation Now subscription, you'd be able to stream 150 PS5 games. I believe the number is.
Yeah.
So that is actually like somewhat of a portable device now, as long as you're somewhere with Wi-Fi.
Well, I was gonna say the biggest problem I have with like a lot of like PS5 games is that you can only really download like one or two of them anymore. Like,
Yeah.
that's an over exaggeration. I have like 9 games that I have on my PlayStation. But the thing is, actually, let me even fact check myself on this. Let me boot up my PlayStation right now, because like on my extended hard drive, I have like 40 or 50 because they're all PS4 games. But on my actual hard drive, it's like 5 or 6. Let me
Yeah.
Also,
look right now.
there's Analog Pocket is making a bunch more similar devices as the Analog Pocket. There's other companies like that that are making portable devices like a Steam Deck that run on Windows. I'm interested in
Okay.
one. I forget what it's called, but it is styled after a PS Vita, and I want
I have
it.
17, but note that 3 of those are demos, and 3 of them are like less than a gigabyte games, like Among Us and Cult of the Lamb.
All right,
So
go ahead.
so like the PlayStation games are very big. I'm not going to complain about the storage, but just that the games are very, very large.
Yes. All right, I'm going to speed run through a lot of the other news I have. If you want me to talk about anything, stop me. All right, let's
Woohoo,
go.
speed news.
EA CEO reportedly being considered for top spot at Disney, replacing Bob Iger. Are you scared? You should be.
What's going on with that? I didn't even get to hear that.
I understood everything.
The EA CEO is reportedly being considered for top spot at Disney, replacing Bob Iger.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be awful.
As if Disney wasn't bad enough. Like in terms of like being the worst when it comes to money hungry.
The ZeniMax union, ZeniMax Workers United, went on strike recently, only for a day or two. But they did that. Games
They win?
Go on strike.
What?
Did they get what they wanted?
I don't. It kind of the thing they were fighting already happened, so it was more of one of those. We can't stop it, so let's just make our discomfort known. Fuck you, don't do it again. You know, it's one of those.
Oh, okay.
It's just like, hey, we're not working tomorrow because fuck you. We'll be to work the day after. It's one of those. But apparently, the reason for that was Microsoft was outsourcing work without talking to the union about getting actual like employees and stuff. Which, you know, they were going around the union.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, fucking
Yeah,
garbage.
that's not good.
GameSpot does layoffs. Writer behind GameSpot's videos expert reacts to blank guns, gets laid off. Very sad. Yeah. It's 2024 and Blizzard is once again trying a Star. Fuck my brain.
Star Fox?
No. It's 2024 and Blizzard is once again trying to do a StarCraft FPS. That is their next game. Again, this is the third attempt.
That could be kind of fun.
How well do you think it'll go?
I don't know. They tried in like 2008. They tried in like 2013, and now they're trying again. So I don't know.
I don't like Blizzard as a company,
Yeah.
so I'm just hoping it doesn't do well.
And then the last
Track
one is
record.
Xbox
doesn't
makes
tell
a
me
new ad campaign, and everyone makes fun of them for it. Have you
Oh, is
seen-
it the This is an Xbox thing?
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's literally the whole thing is with, you know, Game Pass and all that. A TV with no box could be an Xbox. A TV with the box itself that you plug into the TV could be an Xbox. You know, the Xbox is Xbox. The tablet that's strong enough could be an Xbox, right? So it's all that's an Xbox, that's an Xbox, it's all an Xbox. But people immediately were like, "Is toilet Xbox?" A lot of podcasts. There's a lot of podcast like studios that have a Xbox podcast and a PlayStation podcast. So they even had to have fun on those where the Xbox one is like trying to be as nice to it and talk about how interesting it is. And the PlayStation one, all of them were Xbox podcast. It's just making fun of it. Like, we are Xbox now. Yeah.
Man, all this Xbox talk is making me want to bust out my old Xbox 360.
That was when the Xbox was last good. And they still lost that generation even. It's pretty funny.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they barely lost. They got out a year early. And when Sony came out with the PS3, it was way too expensive. Right? But this just goes to show how great the PS3 was. Once they got to the PS3 Slim, where it was only $299, they immediately started selling like hotcakes. And at the end, more PS3s were sold than the 360.
Damn.
Yes, the government did not.
That's true.
The Navy did not.
The old
make a
UI is
supercomputer
just so
out of, like,
nostalgic to me, though.
the,
You know?
Yeah, the Navy did not make a supercomputer out of like a couple thousand 360s. And that's all. That's all the news. Oh yeah. Oh no, we already talked about the Sonic stuff. Yeah, that's all I have. Couple fun ones in there. It's mostly, hey, layoffs happening. Hey, Disney might be fucking evil, even more evil. Hey, union denying. Great. Another great year in America. We're doing good. All right. Shall we talk about this game?
Yes, let's talk about the game.
All right, Wulfryk, this is your game. Tell us what we're doing.
Hell yeah, it's my game. So, this game was Rumble Racing for the PS2.
Yes.
I
Rotund
really
racism.
enjoyed this game as a...
What?
Don't bother.
What does rotund mean?
round.
Oh,
I really enjoyed this game.
That's
as a
something
kid.
I noticed when
There's
I was
not-
trying to see. You guys are like, "How far are you?" I'm just sitting there like, "Fucking, I don't know."
yeah.
Yeah, there's
I
not
don't
really a
know.
story. It's like
I
divided into
don't
cups.
know.
You did what? in the
I didn't
cup?
really
What
pay
cup
attention.
were you
What?
on?
I just did like 5 or 10 races.
Oh, so you only did single
I
races.
yeah,
not
I
even
guess I
cup.
didn't.
That's the closest thing to the story is.
Yeah,
the-
that's where you unlock a lot of the cars and the tracks.
Yeah, I
and-
just did single player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you definitely got to do like the multi-track racing. That's how you unlock like all the cars and the
Okay,
different
so-
power modes and stuff.
Yes.
So my cars kind of sucked the whole time. Then,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah, they were like the baby evolution the whole time.
They sure do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through. There's not like a whole lot of story. It's a bunch of cars. It's racing. There's an announcer. He talks
As-
a lot.
Unfortunately,
as we
yeah.
all know-
I kind of wish there wasn't.
to make your car faster, you put a body kit on it. And then the next thing you do is you make the engine come out of the hood, and that's all you do.
The further
The
you
car
get
designs are
the
pretty
hood,
cool.
the more power.
Supercharged.
They're very nonsensical, but they're very
and a
cool.
body kit, and that's the fastest your car will ever go. Nothing else will need to be done.
Sometimes just racing stripes.
Body, yeah. A pirate flag.
A red hourglass on the top.
Oh yeah.
So
Yes.
I'm just gonna go through my notes real quick.
I would agree.
I called this game Vroom Vroom Kaboom. These cars are silly as fuck. Maelstrom for life, bitch. How is the banger so bad when I used it, but so good when the AI be using it? They learned, Skynet ass cars. Stop using my shortcuts. I'm the player. It's my job
Yes.
to cheat as much as possible so I can win. I didn't figure out how to trick till the Pro Cup. Whoops. So refined cold cuts can suck my nuts.
Yeah.
Surf and Turf used to be my most hated map, but it's fine. 90-degree turns shouldn't be in a racing game.
And also
True
just say the
Grits
trick
is
system was pretty
fine.
cool. You guys like spinning your car to earn more points? Yeah.
Yeah, tricks are wicked cool. I like passing through. It's a decent map. Some of these maps feel way too big for the 3-lap
Yeah.
system.
And this game is also Mario Kart.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's a little more car
kart
racer
racer.
than kart racer. It's not a kart
It is.
racer. It is not.
It
They're
has the
power-ups.
power-ups.
The power-ups are not all that makes a kart racer.
How many times did you guys spawn a whole fucking tornado?
A
Twice.
couple times.
0.
A few times, yeah.
It only happens when you're like in last place or falling behind hard.
Yeah, and it's
so,
won me a couple races.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never happened.
Well,
Yeah.
the first race, I was the Black Widow car. And I ended up running very behind and coming in third, so...
The Black Widow, a classic problematic
It's still winnable.
car. We'll get into it.
Oh, the funniest part here is that they were all. Not only did I actually have that fight with them
Really?
pre-recorded, which is fucked up. I know, right? But also they. It's like they're really here.
Doesn't it have
They're
like a
agreeing
better
with things I'm
stunt
saying.
than most of them?
No, the banger just sucks.
Because yeah, stunt is a
It might have better
stat.
Yes. Did you do a stunt?
It's how much boost you get out of it.
That's like when
Or
you
how
flip and
easy it
shit,
is to
right?
do.
Yes.
Then yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. I've got a lot of notes, so
I don't.
Okay, yeah. So we're at. I've already gone through all of.
You
these,
heard
but
all my
clearly
notes
in
when I
this,
said
have
rotund
them.
racism. That's my notes.
I think that means we're at the Skynet ass cars part and the shortcuts. Yeah. I am pretty funny, aren't I? Yeah, no, I mean, this game was a lot of fun. It was pretty basic. It was nice. It gets surprisingly difficult at times.
Same.
I know. And we're on the same wavelength, Dusty. I know you're, like, responding to me in the past, but I feel you in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just filling dead air, you know what I mean? I'm just chit-chatting, because I already went through all my car notes way faster this time. Because I'm cool like that. But, yeah. No, Maelstrom, coolest car. It's got the engine in the back, and it, like, peeks up over the top. It's great. There were some real funny cars
I
that
have
have weird
lots
abilities.
of them. Since you're the lead on this game, would you like me to talk about the cars first, the tracks, the mechanics? What do you
Save the cars for last, because I want to hear all
All right.
about the cars.
Yeah, so this isn't going to be talking about stats. I'm literally going to break down what every one of these cars are, basically, and how painful they are to me.
Oh,
Remember how Wulfryk was with the guns in black? That's me with cars. And that's what we got. All right, so mechanics. Difficulty. You have a difficulty slider on top of the pro cups, which get harder as you go. There are both, so you can really dial in how you want the game to feel. So there's forgiving, intense, and no mercy. It's a classic PS2 problem for me, where if you go into that difficulty sliding, forgiving is too easy, and then the next one up intense, probably a little too hard. If it's your first time playing, play it on. You should probably play it on forgiving. It'll be way too easy for a while, but by the time you get to the EA Pro Cups, you'll the difficulty will start to level out and actually be a challenge. Car
I
levels.
think this is one of those games I'd play with friends, to be honest.
Yeah.
If I could play it with buddies, it would be great.
Each car has a level, has different levels. You've got acceleration, handling, and stuntability, even though handling and stuntability should be the same thing. But whatever. Acceleration is, of course, how fast your car goes. It's a mix of how fast off the line it can get, but also just overall speed. I'm going to be honest. Very few cars are so made in depth that it might get off the line faster, but it's slower overall. I only felt like that was a thing with like one car. Most of them, it is how fast top acceleration is. That's the speed. They didn't
That
really
is
go
technically a thing with
all that
one
deep
car,
with the cars.
but not one of the ones you've unlocked. So I'll talk about that
Yes.
one when I get a little bit of a chance.
Which
Yeah,
is why
it's the Zeus
I don't know which one.
or the Thor. Yeah, it's an Easter egg car. It's got like a rocket engine, so it's just like right off the line top speed.
Oh shit. Meow.
meow.
Such a talkative cat. I love that cat.
Handling.
Yeah, that was Gretel, my bad.
Handling is, how well does it turn, how well does it drift, that kind of thing. And sensibility is how easy is it to unrealistically maneuver your car in the air. And those are
Completely
your
realistic.
three things to look for.
Only important parts of the game.
The cars, like said earlier, are split into 3 difficulties themselves.
Hey,
You've got rookie, pro, and elite. Each rookie, pro, and elite have their own cars associated with them. You're gonna be in trouble if you take a rookie car into the elite thing. Actually, I don't know if you can. Now that I think about it, I don't know if you can. Yeah. You basically, once you start unlocking the elite cars, then you can start playing the elite difficulty or the elite tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like a kart racer, there's power-ups. I think I have all of them: oil slick, nitro, twister, landslide, bad gas, super traction, rock slide, snowball. Am I missing any? Oh yeah, the fist. Yeah,
That's the one that when
the
you wreck
green.
into
fist.
somebody that bumps them
Yeah,
around.
the fist is the green
Mhm.
shield, and then there's the shock wave is one I missed, and then there's the invulnerability shield that just makes you say no, you can't hit me with your thing. Actually,
Does it work on other cars? Like when you're invincible, does it make it to where other cars can't just wreck into you and move you around?
yeah, but the fist one wouldn't work specifically. It would just be
Yeah.
a normal collision.
Okay.
Interesting thing is the twister is only for you. If you're behind, that is the blue shell. It's just like here.
Yep.
I guess it's less the blue shell. It's more like, oh, you're behind. Here's a bullet bill. That's kind of more what it
Yeah.
is. It's just like, here you
Yeah.
go.
Little
Let's
more
see if we can
destructive,
get you
but
this
yeah.
last minute win. I fucked it up many times anyway. um, and then from there, there's the thing also brought up earlier where there are shortcuts. On rookie, no bot uses a shortcut really, unless they accidentally crash into one. Then they'll take it. In pro, they will take it if they see you take it. Like if you show it to them accidentally, they'll take it. In
Yeah.
elite,
Happened to me
they're using him the whole time.
many times.
By the time
Yes,
I
they
was in
are.
the elite with like the and doing EA Pro stuff, they were showing them to me. They'd go somewhere. I'd be like, what? There's a shortcut around here somewhere, because I was in the lead and now I'm fourth.
The power of
Yeah.
shortcuts.
I
Some
think
of
the
them are
game is
better than
most
others,
fun
though.
at the pro when you're trying to be sneaky, trying to win using your abilities. You're driving more matters. You're you're able to one up the enemies. By the time you're an elite, everyone is constantly flipping and taking every shortcut possible. So basically, that's the normal track now. If you don't take a shortcut, you've lost. If you miss a single shortcut, you are fucked. And
Damn.
that's most of the mechanics. It's pretty simple. There's multiple race types, but the game is mostly built around championship. The other ones are more of like just mess around things. You have your single races, your showdowns, and your stunt showdowns, and it's just you and your friends can do a race, who can get the highest trick score, that kind of thing. The main game is the championship, and that is every championship is 3 tracks, and it's bracket. It's not bracket style; it's point based. So you don't have to win every single one, but if you get first, second, and first, you're probably going to win. Um,
I feel like I'm saying something here, but I don't remember what. Um,
yeah, you need to place first in
yeah.
at least one race, and then as long as one of the bots doesn't keep getting in front of you the other times, you're gonna be fine.
Yep, you just got to make sure.
But if you get,
Um,
I first race once I got 7th, I was like, I'm not winning this. I could win the next 2, and I'm pretty confident.
Yeah,
and sure
that's-
enough,
that's-
if you
that's pretty
first race,
much-
if you mess up, you're not gonna win. There's not enough points for you to get the next times around. That's all I can think of for mechanics. It's actually just a pretty simple game. You do some races, and every championship you complete, again, it's 3 tracks, point based. When you win it, you get a car or 2 and a track or 2, and then you do it again. That's kind of just the game. Do you have anything to add on to that?
No, you pretty much nailed the mechanics side of things. Now onto the tracks, right? Pretty sure. I
Yeah.
guess I'm still talking.
I didn't get any of those.
Oh yeah, the Easter egg cars. Some of them have
That's
very
nice.
unique and special mechanics.
Egg. It's like a BMX challenge on the PSP. Once you find that backpack, you've got the new bike color. I'm gonna recommend BMX XXX one time, and we're all gonna play naked bikers. We're all gonna play naked
Please
cyclists.
don't. I have another hour and 15 minutes of this. My
The
God.
game that made David Mira not want to do games anymore. Imagine if they did that with fucking Tony Hawk. They're just like, this game, everyone's naked. What the fuck were they thinking? It's incredible. Incredible. Thank you, THQ, for blessing us with the BMX XXX. So, is there anything else you want to add to mechanics? Anything I missed?
No, I think that
Else you
pretty
wanna
much
talk
covers
about?
it. Probably.
Yeah, I'm purposely saving on talking about the stunts themselves. Not that there's that many, because that kind of goes into the tracks more. That's the only thing I kind of left out that I can think of.
There was that like sewer track that I kept stunting in.
Flip out.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Flip Out was my favorite by the end of it.
Is
Yeah,
is that the fidget spinner shaped one? Yeah.
yeah.
That
Yeah,
one
It's very
is
simple, but
okay.
It's kind of fun. It's very, very simple. You just ramp.
It's okay. Oh, so now then we get to racetracks. Now because I didn't finish the game, I didn't unlock all of them. I got to surf and turf, which means I'm missing 5 tracks. So Coal Cuts, Wild Kingdom, Over Easy, Outer Limits, and Circus Minus. I didn't get those. I don't know what those are. All right. So refined. I don't remember. I'm gonna have to Google it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I actually did kind of like that one.
You go through the canyon.
Yeah. Was it talking about shortcuts here or something? Probably. So refined sucks.
The only part about So Refined I don't like is that there's that. This is a shortcut, and you go down it, and it's just a bunch of explosive barrels. It's like, haha, fuck you.
You know, it's really hard to fill in the silence because I'm like actively falling asleep here.
That is also like So Refined. There's the one where you're on the train tracks, and you're like, this is slowing me down.
Oh yeah, the train tracks fucking suck.
Oh, great.
That's Coal Cuts.
Yeah.
And So
course.
Refined, I believe. Yeah. Yep. Coal Cuts is like So Refined, but like infinitely worse. It's like on crack. So many more tracks.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay.
I am
Elaine, of all
speaking much wisdom.
of the few tracks you played, which one was your favorite and least favorite?
My favorite was Flip Out. My least favorite was I actually didn't have one that I disliked.
Okay.
I guess the one with the gas station I wasn't terribly fond of because of all the really harsh turns. Huh? True Grits, yeah.
Yeah.
I was not fond of all the turns in that one, especially the roundabout part where the shortcut is going the wrong way in the roundabout,
Yeah.
and it also isn't much of a shortcut because realistically you're actually going to be a little bit behind.
Yeah, that one's a shortcut if you can manage the very last turn and not slam into the wall.
Yeah. Or even the first turn if you're trying to go for it.
Yeah, sometimes I would have decision paralysis. I would just run into the board at the end of it with the arrow saying point this way. I would just run straight into it because I'm like, which way do I go? Which way do I go? And I just crash.
It's very funny though when the announcer's going, "Where do you think you're going?" when you hit something and you get flipped completely around.
I have words about the announcer.
I think the announcer was my favorite part, honestly.
No, not if you set him to anything other than low.
Fancy.
No, I thought it was hilarious.
Fancy, what was your favorite and least favorite track?
Favorite one was Cargo,
Okay.
and I don't remember the name of it, but it had like the beach on it, and there was palm trees. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either Sunburn or Surf and Turf, one of the two.
Yep. That's gonna be
The first one.
Sunburn or Surf and Turf. Okay.
Yeah.
Sunburn was perfectly serviceable. 90-degree corners are stupid in a racing game, though.
Yeah. Wulfryk, your favorite and least favorite track?
I actually really liked Passing Through. And my least favorite track is a bit of a tie. As I said earlier,
Okay.
So Refined and Cold Cuts can suck my nuts.
Passing Through is my favorite. I liked it. I like how all of the shortcuts are in line with each other. But then after that, there's not really any. They're all linked together in one straight stretch. And then after that, the other half is you have your ramps that you're trying to use. It's not a chaotic mess of the two. It is, all right, this is where I'm doing shortcuts. This is where I'm doing the tricks, and you're using the power-ups in between both of them. I just like the layout. There's not a bunch of shit in my way. It's a nice wide open track. Yeah. My least favorite is probably Flip Out. Most of these tracks I've put okay with. Flip Out I have marked as trash.
Really?
I didn't like Flip Out before I figured out how to do tricks.
So that's how it was.
I picked up how to do tricks pretty quickly, and I started enjoying it.
So that I once I got tricks, a lot of these tracks became a little better. But the one where I hit the biggest wall is the Gauntlet. You need to really have a handle on tricks to enjoy Gauntlet. Now that I know it, Gauntlet's not that bad. It's just chaotic as fuck.
The chaos is fun, though.
It is until...
It would be way more fun with people.
It is until right before you take a ramp, one of the bots nudges your ass and then it slows you down. So instead of making the jump, you just slam into the shipping container you're supposed to be jumping over. And now you're just stuck there and everyone passes you. It's so annoying. If you can keep your speed, it's fun. There's a lot of... That one has a lot more creative shortcuts. Like, there's a big deep hole I can fall in here, surrounded by explosive barrels. I'm going to purposely run into the explosive barrel so it pushes me across the map, so I don't have to deal with the big hole. But yeah, I don't like Flip Out personally. So Refined is okay to me. I just really wish the physics on the train tracks were better. Because if that would be a really cool, because that one is also kind of a tricky to get to. So once you're on it, it would be really cool if it worked well. Because that one also has 2 exit points. You can choose when to get off. but the train track ruins it. Yeah. Yes, I don't know why they modeled that shit.
Mm.
Yeah, that's kind of it for the racetracks. It's mostly a lot of right angle turns for some reason. Um, on the things we're talking about is there, like I said earlier, there's shortcuts that you and the bots can use, but there's also ramps. When you do a trick and you land, you get a nitro boost, and you can stack them so you go faster for longer. So if you're able to chain them together, you can do it. There's really only 3 tricks.
Get down.
You barrel roll, you flip, or you do both at the same time.
The barrel flip.
The barrel flip is the hardest to pull off. But it gives you the most boost. Meanwhile, the other 2 give you just like 1 boost. But again, you can stack, and you can even stack the nitro boost that you can pick up on top of that. So you can really chain them together. But that's when like the gauntlet gets hectic, because there's just ramps everywhere. It's the one map with infinite holes that you can just fall into, death pits. Yeah, there's ramp after ramp. So if you don't land perfectly in time, you're sliding up a ramp on your roof and then falling into a hole. It's chaotic. But yeah, most of them are just okay. They're all fine. I do find it interesting that we all kind of chose 1 or 2 that are the worst. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nope. I think I'm good.
Alrighty. Then I'm going to hijack you for a second then. What is up with the Red Deck announcer? He sounds
He
like...
doesn't do it all the time.
He doesn't, but when he does, he sounds like what I imagined the old Mountain Dew Yahoo guy would sound like.
Oh, yeah.
What? He does do that as well sometimes. Yeah. It's just the way that he says things. In the cadence he says it. I remember we were talking about this, how like there's one thing where he says, "Look, mom, no hands," and you can just imagine that the Funniest Home Videos guy says that, and it's like a kid on a slide who puts his hands up, and he goes to go down the slide, but instead he falls right off the side. Like, it's that kind of thing where these short quips are the type of things the America's Home Videos guy would say. Little quippy things like that. I've written down some of my favorites. Sicker than a spit on a griddle.
What?
Yeah, slicker than spit on a griddle.
Oh, that makes more sense than what you
I probably slurred the hell out of that. I'm sorry. Slicker than spit on a griddle. Push the button and
do not
release
spit on
the
my
hounds. What?
I get
On a
it.
griddle. I said, my cat's name is Gretel. I said, do not spit on my cat.
I love it.
She's talkative tonight.
Yeah. My favorite one, though, this is one I'm going to start saying at work. You've got it all bass backwards.
That's just a thing we say around here.
Yeah.
That is just a thing we say around here.
I've never have, but it's also a joke that we do that anyway, that kind of thing. So when he said, I was like, that's good. I'm taking that.
Well, around here we
Ass
just say ass backwards, though, to be fair.
Well, yeah, but it's a rated E game. They had to do something else. You got it all bass backwards. He said it. I was like, oh, shit. I felt like a 5-year-old. Like, oh, you said it. fuck.
Though, you saying that he did a redneck accent, and given how high pitched the voice is, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how long, like, if this game came out later, would he make a get her done joke?
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
If this game came out this year, would he make a Hawk-Tua joke? is the question.
I think if this game came out
No.
just 3 years later, he would be doing Tomater stuff.
That's probably true.
This game came out just before Cars. If it came out after, absolutely, he would be leading into the get her done stuff. He would be leaning into the Larry the Cable Guy, the you're a redneck if type of jokes. I guarantee it. You know you're a redneck when. I forget the name of that guy. I just know him as the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth
Jeff
Grader guy.
Foxworthy.
Yeah, that guy.
You think he would have made Duck Dynasty jokes?
If it came out now, that would have had to come out like 5 years ago. Man,
Was Duck Dynasty only that long ago? I thought it was longer than that. Okay. Yeah, that one of them said slur, was it?
Probably.
I mean, honestly, we're filming a redneck family. At what point do you imagine that they're going to say a slur on television? I mean,
it was.
It's why most
Yeah.
real life TV shows don't take place in the Midwest or South.
It was.
They really don't want people saying slurs.
It ended 7 years ago.
7 years ago. Damn.
2012 to 2017.
Well, see, that's what I was saying. Is like, at what point in time? So if this game came out in 2012, do you think they'd be making Duck Dynasty jokes and references?
Maybe. I feel like Duck Dynasty didn't get popular until 2016ish when Trump became president.
I don't know if I'd say that.
And I don't talk a lot.
Because I remember there was like a big Duck Dynasty craze, at least here in the Midwest, during like the 14 and 15.
See, that's the thing though. But for game developers who are more than likely not in the Midwest, when would they have learned of Duck Dynasty?
That's true.
In Oregon, it was around the presidential election.
Because I remember with the Duck Dynasty stuff, it was like you couldn't go in the Midwest in like 2014, 2015. You couldn't go to a Walmart without seeing like camouflage everything.
My parents going out to buy Duck Dynasty beards to give them money should have been my sign that they would have turned out the way they did.
Beards?
Yeah, you could, because they all had beards, so you could buy.
Yeah. I didn't know you could buy their beards.
Yeah.
Yes. They also had like duck calls that you could buy and stuff.
Yes.
Well, that was their actual business. Was
yeah. Yeah, but yeah, you could get it was they all wore the American flag bandana. The beard would be attached to the bandana.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Duck Dynasty was a very American phenomenon.
Yeah.
Especially the ending.
The only thing that I remember about the show that I thought was actually like kind of funny was that they so badly wanted the Google Maps car to drive by, so they would keep setting stuff around their yard. That would be funny. Including they put a bunch of fake ducks on the roof, so when the scan was done from like the satellites, that would show up. That was the one thing where it's like, yeah, I do that stuff too. I can fully get behind but the Google Maps guy might be. I gotta do something stupid.
The supremely human
I still
thing.
love that one Google Maps image where somebody's like, if you look to the immediate left here, and it's like there's just a cat's face like right in the camera.
Yeah, there's that. There's all the ones where people got a slight heads up. So there's like the guy pretending to drag a body to a dumpster. But it's clearly just like his friend in a blanket.
There's that one that's like that biker getting hit by the Google car.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
the dude getting run over by the Google car.
When my parents watched it, that was the one thing that was like, okay, I like this. I like how they keep wanting to do this. They're obsessed with the Google Maps car. I do think that's pretty funny.
I think it's funny. I remember with the parts of Duck Dynasty was the fact that I had step siblings at the time, step siblings who grew up in the city and had like zero attachment to anything like rural. Even
Yeah.
though I would say technically I grew up rural, but I do not lead a rural lifestyle in any capacity because I live near farms, but I am absolutely a shut in that plays video games in their room.
Yeah.
So like, so like, but like they were just I remember obsessed with Duck Dynasty stuff, and I'm just sitting there like, bro, you live like completely not anywhere near farms.
Yeah.
This culture is so far removed from anything you've ever experienced.
It's literally just because they made duck calls for hunters. Because
Yeah.
they hunted, and that was all they needed to be. Yeah, I'm very much in the middle of those two. I prefer being more in the city. But I have absolutely my grandparents had a little ranch. So I absolutely did the thing where I drove the truck that was creeping forward as everyone else did the hay, or I helped toss hay bales up into the top of a barn, and I've helped
I
re-roof
have
an
actually
entire.
tossed a hay bale before. That's true.
Yeah, I have re-roofed a barn. Like I have done a lot of these things. I know how to drive a tractor. Like
I had to push a tractor, but I've never driven a tractor.
I've driven many a tractor.
Somebody stole the battery out of our tractor. So my dad's tractor.
I've even driven a tractor that you start with a shotgun shell. Those are cool.
Wait, really?
Yeah, there's a type of engine that you put a shotgun shell on the side, and you put this crank down. And when you crank it, it fires it, and the explosion it causes gets it started. That's the ignition.
Do you use a live round or is it like a blank?
Well, yeah, it's a shotgun shell.
Well, either way, it's live. But I'm just asking: is there actual pellet in there, or is it a blank round?
No, it's a blank round that's mostly powder.
Okay,
it's
that's
made,
what I was asking.
Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure you can use them, but over time they could damage the thing.
Well, that's what I was figuring.
Yeah.
You would damage your fuel intake with that.
I'm pretty sure you can use normal ones. I might be wrong on this.
I mean, yeah. I was picturing you just line up the shotgun shell, stick it in the little hole, and hit it with a hammer. It makes me think of a gun that somebody did in a little animation of, where the gun is literally just a handle with a little like a push that hits the firing pin, and you just open up this little arm on there, put a giant ass round on there, close it, and then strike the little push pin with a hammer to fire the gun. I'll see if I can't find the animation.
Apparently, a lot of them are just normal 12 gauge shells.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of planes in World War II were also started with shotgun shells. I'm surprised I didn't know that. I love planes. That's how I've learned something new about a thing I like. Holy shit. We didn't get any cars that had that. I mean, I'm sure you could make it, but cars very quickly were like, listen, just stand out there with this crank. just chance of breaking your wrist with this. Anyway, I love that Rumble Racing got us talking about fucking starting tractors with the shotgun shells in Duck Dynasty. Very interesting. Kane.
He stepped away.
Like, okay. I thought for some reason I thought. It was
well, I guess this is the part where I stepped away, and I don't remember what I stepped away to do. I probably got like a drink or some food or something. And
the Whiz Banger. That's the video I was thinking of. The Whiz Banger by Hyper on YouTube.
Like through this whole part where they just silent without me.
I'm gonna post a link to it in our Discord.
Well, Uh,
Collecting dust, general chat.
Well, what is
Dusty, looking at the thumbnail, I think you'll completely understand how this gun functions.
Discord? No. Yes. Where am I going?
Collecting dust, general chat.
General chat. Oh, I've seen this.
I love this animation.
I love this animation. One, that gun is terrifying. But two, I love the they've physically painted the motion blur for the hammer.
Yeah.
They'd used some 2D animation effects on this. They did some smears.
I think smears make 3D animation look pretty cool if you can do it right.
This is a random tangent once again from the game we're playing, but this was a thing on Twitter a couple days ago where people were talking about how it's been 5 years since Grubhub did their cringe "The Dad Dances" animation.
Yeah.
But everyone was like, now that AI's out, we were too harsh to you, Grubhub. Because like you see them dancing and they're using smears and everything.
Yeah.
And so it was the same thing where like after the Minecraft movie trailer, it was like Minecraft story mode. We were too harsh on you. I am so sorry. that's happening with the Grubhub commercials. Where it's like after AI, it's like, we're sorry. This is at least art. Like a bunch of people made this.
This took effort.
Yeah.
The worst thing about it is that it took effort and people genuinely did that.
We were too harsh on you, Grubhub. We're sorry.
It wasn't just a prompt. They didn't just type it in. Have you guys? I think it was Saberspark did a video talking about the first AI movie.
I've been
the one with
meaning
the
to
robots.
watch it. I have not yet.
It's a pretty good video. I recommend it. Saberspark is usually pretty good.
I like Saberspark. I have a makeshift plushie of Saberspark.
I have a Kishi plushie. That's the only like internet character merch that I have. If you don't know, NCS artist Kishi, the little
Yes.
purple snake.
Yes.
I have a Kishi Long Boy. That's my only like internet personality merch.
I enjoy getting plushies. I have a lot of plushies of YouTubers I like. I have Sins. I have the EFAP hosts. I have Danny.
a Duncan.
I'm so glad you didn't get a mini lad plush.
And
He had those, I'm pretty sure.
But I did not have the income
the
to buy
Joe Cat
plushes
Goblin.
when I was a fan of his. Luckily,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to
the bunny
buy
and the
some
goat. Yep. I got the little pink dragon.
vinyl figures next.
It's also
yes.
worth noting. I guess I don't
YouTube?
count Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel merch because
Oh,
of the
man.
fact that it's like that's like an
Sorry, I
actual
missed
TV
that.
show now. That's like normal merch now.
Yes.
The most unfortunate one that I've got
Hell yeah.
is I'm sad I've got
I wish I
Frog
had
in
a
a car.
Duncan. I should have bought a Duncan.
I love Frog in a car, but it's like attached to
The
something.
little goats from that one artist. I wish I had gotten one of those. Yeah.
You know the bunny and
the
Hellhound
Super
one
Beard
that I
Bros guy,
read?
I think it's
Gerard.
they
the
did one of the
Completionist.
Hellhound, and I also
His
missed that one.
whole
I'm very
thing.
upset.
It was technically completionist merch.
Sorry, everyone. The gay furries are talking about their gay furry comics now.
Yeah.
Well, I have a little
Embezzling, apparently.
What happened with Frog in a car? I don't know who that is.
Oh,
Oh,
The Completion
Completionist.
Man.
Yes.
Shut up, lad.
Yes.
Can I also express a funny?
What
If we count like a
fucker.
video game merch and stuff like that, I have so much Has Been in Hell of a Boss, but also I have a Tonberry, a Destiny 2 baby, like one of the little fallen baby things, and
I have
It's a
Dragonair
good pillow.
and Keizu from Monster Hunter.
What is this podcast?
yeah, no,
We're so off.
Who cares? For video
dare
game
you
plushies,
get
I have an official
upset.
Among Us bean.
We lost the plot.
I
Yes.
don't.
I have
We've also lost the
I
game.
have the man-eater shark as a baby. I have a Spyro, and then I have a
Yeah.
I love that you did.
I have a 15-year-old Pikachu pillow that I got when I was like 7. I still have him, and I unironically
to
still
go
use
dig
him
out
as
my
a
plush.
pillow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, foxes and sharks everywhere. They're everywhere. And by the way, Fancy, yes, U2s. I'm gonna have to buy a set of U2s next.
I have
Uh,
a Stolas Standy.
Internet today. I have a standee of myself. And so does Wulfryk. We're better than you.
Yeah, I remember that. You guys got that.
Internet today is doing monitor buddies, the little ones that sit down. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to buy a pair of those. This is their first like major merch like that. Before they did dad hats like 5 years ago. They rarely do merch, so I'm gonna have to give them some money. Anyway, shall we talk about the cars in this game now?
Yeah, we'll talk about the
yeah,
cars.
You
that's
ready
everybody's
for the
ear.
car breakdown? All right. I'm gonna go for the most part in order, unless if like, I'm only doing the rookie cars basically because
I
after
wanna
that it's
hear
all the
which-
same cars again but different. You know what I mean?
I want to hear which one is the most egregious in your opinion.
We'll find out when we go, I guess. Off the top of my head, I don't know. So the first one is the banger, an amalgamation of a Fiat, a Trabant, a Mini, and a Yugo. So it's all of the non-American tiny cars smashed together to the point where in either Pro or Elite, they put the French flag on the top instead of the Union Jack and everything. It's like, what is this car? What's going on here?
No, yeah, it was Escargot is what it was called. And I saw it. It's the body of the car is just the French flag.
Yeah, so a lot of cars are. Yeah, so a lot of the cars are even duplicated. The Cargo and the Banger are the same car with different stats. They do that multiple times. Yes. So I did not do a review of the Escargot because it is the Banger again. Yeah. The Silver Streak. If a Dodge Neon was an official Dodge NASCAR stock car in the 90s or early 2000s, aka if Dodge Neons were at the track on Daytona 2001, the same race where a Pontiac Aztec was the pace car and Dale Sr. died. Oh, it gets worse. Widowmaker, a black, red, and gray Chevy Monte Carlo stock car. Why would they make this stock car the Widowmaker when there are 8 generations of stock cars ranging from Ford, Pontiac, Dodge, and Toyota, etc.? Oh, wait. Dale Sr. drove a black, red, and gray Chevy Monte Carlo when he died.
Oh no!
Absolutely. This game was made 2 years after he fucking died. That's a Dale Earnhardt Sr.
Oh my
car.
gosh! That'd be like a racing game having a Dale Earnhardt reference, and it's just a skid mark on the ground.
Yeah, when did you say this game came out? Like 2005?
One.
I mean, yeah, that was 2006.
A lot of things came out.
But still, so at max, really early 2006, that's only 5 years after Dale Sr. died. And it came out the year he died. Hold on. Maybe I've looked too much into this. When did Dale Sr. die? No, he died February 2001. Months had passed.
That's just pure comedy. It makes me think of that. I think I've referenced this before, even on this podcast, which is the fact that everybody was like, everybody's getting mad at Gen Z for like 9/11 jokes, but it turns out day of 9/11, somebody made an edit of Hulk Hogan kicking the towers down.
Oh yeah, no, it was immediate.
It happened literally day of. I imagine the news was still running the footage of it as that meme got posted on online.
The Serpent, another stock car, but this one has fucked up proportions. The rear of a Charger, a flat front end that screams Mitsubishi Eclipse, and the Lamborghini Urus, a car 20 years newer than this game. The Manatee, I think that's what it is, the Manatee. A 1965 Pontiac GTO with the front of a 60s Ford Falcon. The trunk of a 60s Nova and the rear of a 50s anything. Altogether, the car adds up to look like a Trabant that was stretched 2.5 times. So it just looks like a Trabant that's been stretched. A muscle car, a Dodge Daytona with an even sharper drop of a nose and a rear ring that is a third the size it should be. If you don't know, that's supposed to be like from Cars, that's the King with the blue car with the giant wing. Yeah, in real life, that car has a giant, like 5-foot tall wing. So the fact that this one does not go above the roof is hilarious because that's way too small. I glanced at all of them. I'm gonna look at muscle car elite. I got it. I got it. The yellow and blue one? So yeah, it's got like racing slicks, which are like twice as wide as normal tire. So you put big fenders on them. That's normal for race cars, actually. The thing that I hate is on the grill, on the hood. The fenders go way above the actual hood. I don't get why they do that. That looks dumb. That's what I hate about that. The wide body, yeah, that's fine to me. The Cerberus, a C3 Corvette that's been forcefully pushed into the modern age to make it look vaguely like a Mazda Miata. A bumper cover that screams, "Make it look like it has a face." Before I got the Maelstrom, the Cerberus was my car. Yeah. I did the Need for Speed thing where I was like, all right, let's look through all the cars. This one has the highest of all three. Let's go. The Maniac, a 1957 Bel Air with a chopped roof and the rear that is trying to be a 60s Impala lowrider, but it's also a 50s sedan.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Off the top of my head, I really don't like the look of the Maniac. Yes. It's terrible. My favorite car, the one that I give props to, Van Gogh. It's just a Dodge Caravan.
I saw that and was like, he's gonna love this car.
It's just I love Vans, but two, it's just a Dodge Caravan. They changed very little. It's a Dodge Caravan, aka the first minivan. The Hogganator, a lifted NASCAR stock truck. It has dual stacked headlights like a Chevy Silverado, but the plus style grille of a Dodge Ram. It's clearly from the 2000s, meaning it's a wait a minute, what am I saying here? Oh no, it's a note. It's from the this is a note shitting on car fans. Because I said it's a Dodge Ram, and I said the game is from early 2000s, which means it is a Dodge. It's not just a Ram. Fuck you. Basically, it's not an F-150. There's no Ford in there. It's either Chevy or Dodge. Purple Haze, literally the Hogganator, but not lifted. I give that one the most lazy reskin of all of them. I'm willing to bet they made Purple Haze, and then someone was like, "But what if we lifted it?" Yes.
Yeah, well.
Dragon, a cringe nothing burger whose lights are eyes and the grill is a mouth. That's my review of Dragon. It's cringe.
Did you do the cat one yet?
No, I'm doing them in order.
Oh.
Mandrake, a Chevy Impala. Ramon from Cars, him, that one. Maelstrom, my favorite car of the game. I have problems with this design though. A Toyota MR2 that is with a stupid body kit that mixes a Honda S2000 with a Nissan 350Z. They took all three of the most popular like early 2000 sports car and mixed them together, and it bugs me. But well, that's with the MR2 part. Toyota MR2s have the rear engine. But when they do that, it's also almost got the rear end of a Ford GT, like the original one. The Ford GT50 or Ford GT40. Why am I forgetting which one? I think it's the 40. Yeah, it's cool looking and it's the best car in the game. But they also said, what if we take everyone's favorite cars and mix them together to make everyone's favorite car? And that's all they did. Cataclysm, a Dodge Viper with a... Oh, what? I'm just terrible at typing, and I have to read my own typing. Oh, am I?
You might be hearing Gretel. She's playing.
Oh.
You might be hearing that.
Okay. Cataclysm, a Dodge Viper with the dragon makeover, but a cat. Cringe Hot Wheel shit.
Yeah.
Redneck Rocket. Justin El Camino with a rocket in the back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should have gotten that one.
And then we get to Thor, a jet turbine on 4 wheels and a small cockpit on top. This is Gru's car from Despicable Me, but yellow and cringe. I don't like it. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of these cars were made with the GTA formula, which is let's take 2 cars from a similar era and mix them together. So you can tell what era it's supposed to be from and what it's supposed to be, but it's not too close to either of the 2 or 3 cars that they mixed to get to trouble copyright wise. But what you end up with is just kind of some bland or honestly just horrific looking cars. Road Trip, an old motorhome fit for a drug dealer.
Yep.
That's my review of that one. It's once again, just like the van, it's just a motorhome. What I do think is funny with that one though is this is another one where when you get to the highest difficulty tracks, it just gets longer.
Yeah.
It's like
it also gets like smaller. Like it takes up less space on the screen and gets a chimney on the back of it. It's weird.
That's funny. It does. I forgot about that. It's got a fireplace on the rear. Like,
What?
what the hell?
Yep, like a full patio.
Yes. Which is hilarious that it cannot drive. It cannot turn, but it will do barrel rolls.
Yeah, it's got like a really good
That's
trick
what that
stat.
means.
Everything else is terrible.
Well, I would imagine if you does the trick stat influence how much speed you get out of that, or is it just how easy it is to pull those tricks off? Because if it influences how much speed you get out of it, then that actually could be kind of good, but only if it actually keeps up with the other cards, which I imagine it doesn't.
It does not.
Yeah.
It
I'm pretty sure it's how heavy it is in the air.
yeah.
Okay.
It's mostly the same. It's two of the tricks give you the same amount, or you do the two tricks together and you get a little more, and that's the differences.
Front flips are worth more than
That's
like barrel rolls.
That's a good thing to be good at, though.
So then we have the Interceptor, Hot Wheels Acceleracers Team Silencer ass car.
Yep. Yep.
It's a police car.
Yes, but I saw that, I was like, that's Acceleracers. That is an Acceleracers ass car. The XXS Tomcat.
Oh, it's the jet car.
A fighter jet sans the two main wings and turned into a three-wheeler. Like the dangerous three-wheeler, not the safe Can-Am Spider type. Like one wheel up front. That thing's going to roll.
So, because it's got the one wheel up front, that car is the least affected by the oil slick, because that specifically affects the front end of your car in the game, and since it since it's only got one wheel, it gets affected less.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that. And then there's the Vortex, the plastic Hot Wheels bed, but instead of a mattress, there's a giant fuck off fan there.
Yeah.
It's like those the Hot Wheel or the remote control cars that could be on the walls.
My little cousin got one of those for his birthday, but it's a gecko.
Oh, nice.
So it looks like it's climbing up the wall. And then my next note is every other car is basically a recolor of one I've already listed. And then I said, as an example, the Jolly. Wow, I fucked that up. Yeah, I put Ranger. Jolly Ranger. The Jolly Roger is the Silver Streak, but gray with a skull and crossbones on the door. The stats are probably a little different, but for me just explaining each car, it's the same car. Just like, again, the Escargot and the Banger.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. There's even another Redneck Rocket somewhere.
No, Redneck Rocket is
I believe so.
unique.
Is there not?
Nope. It is all the Easter egg cars are standout unique variants. They don't have like a recolor.
Okay. I misremember then.
Yeah, you do.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. I forgive you 2 weeks later. Boy, I was really talking up a storm right here.
That's all I have, except for now I will reveal what I named the game for my notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super Need for Pro Skater Kart.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's all of my notes. Like I said, they very much went with the GTA style, mix a couple cars together from the same era, but they're not as good as Rockstar is at that. To the point where they put a fireplace on the back of an RV.
Yeah.
It's especially bad with the higher difficulty ones because they're like, okay, now that we have all these cars, how do we make the difference? And they just get bigger and uglier every time.
I mean, Maelstrom
hood
looks
scoops.
cooler.
More hood scoop, supercharger. Yeah. And if all the cars by the end need to look like Dom's Charger, it's the supercharger.
Supercharger is the future.
Yeah, the air in the intake, the air going directly into your engine does nothing. It's good for you, actually.
I'm confused. I'm hearing superchargers being shit upon right now.
I am saying nothing bad about the supercharger. So it turns out I'm really bad at filling the silence.
Superchargers are cool.
They are pretty cool. Oh, I'm yawning.
The big gulpy boys. They swallow all the air. I mean, just think of Mad Max when he's on the hood spitting fuel directly into it. That shit's badass. Supercharged fucking semi-truck, hell yeah. Men will see that and go, hell yeah, brother.
Man will say that. Yep. What did I rate this game again? I gotta ask Dusty real quick.
Yeah, that's all of my notes now.
Fairly simple ones. What?
Yeah, lad. What notes do you got?
No,
I'm here.
He's
I hear
talking.
him.
Oh, this is where I couldn't hear lad.
Did you accidentally mute him?
No, I didn't mute him.
I've been here.
Not my thing broke.
All right, we'll see if that helps.
Whoops.
I wonder how long it was before I couldn't hear him. I don't think I heard anything here where I couldn't hear him, so...
Start until they're back, I guess.
Shboop-ba-doop-beep. Beep-ba-doop-boop.
Intermission.
Take a piss.
Piss time.
I'm good.
I would like to take this moment to now say, Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, if you are listening, stop wasting money on Christmas movies. Thank you.
That's what I come back to right there. Dwayne the Croc Johnson.
I mean, at this
I don't know
point,
how long
there's
you've
so
been
many.
here before.
There's so many Hallmark Christmas movies that every Christmas movie that is made from here on out is a waste of money. We don't need 300 different Christmas movies.
It's the fact.
If you're not doing anything interesting or fun, then it doesn't need to be made.
It's the fact
Yeah.
that he wasted so much money on it. So expensive.
The Fat Man.
Like, even Markiplier did a stream today where he was like, you know how much what I could make with that money? You know what I could do? And you made a Christmas movie? But it's the fact that he took it so seriously. He was peeing in bottles on set.
He really, he got into it.
Yeah.
Yes, this was like, this movie's gonna. That's why the movie was so out. It's so obvious. He thought this movie was gonna be so good that it will stay in theaters all the way until Christmas, from before Thanksgiving.
God, we went for 40
And then
minutes.
it immediately falls on his face and is basically out of theaters before Thanksgiving.
We managed to
Damn.
finish talking
Yeah.
about...
Yeah, I saw a little meme. I didn't know what the movie was. I'd heard nothing about it. I saw a meme about the movie flopping, and I was like, "What? What is this movie? Why is Dwayne the Rock Johnson on the cover?"
Dwayne the Rock Johnson has to save Santa Claus. It's another. Yeah,
Captain America is also there, and so is J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
Yeah.
Did they get J.K. Simmons to be in this?
Yeah, he's Santa Claus.
Oh my god!
He's buff
You know
Santa
what? I
Claus.
almost want to
Buff
see
Santa.
it just on the novelty of J.K. Simmons having to play Santa.
So what's funny is he's buff Santa. He actually got really muscly for this movie. He actually looks pretty good. Like, that's the most impressive part.
acting.
Is he?
So, I mean,
He looks old. He looks the part as a buff Santa.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's not like that.
it's not like
This
the
is
Fat
a
Man.
family movie about saving.
You know what we need? We need another Paul Blart Mall Cop. That's what we need.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, but this time he upgrades from a Segway to a Segway electric scooter.
He's got a self-driving Segway. The whole movie's sponsored by Tesla.
Oh my god!
It's a Cybertruck.
Paul Blart Mall Cop, and he comes rolling in on his Tesla Cyber Quad.
Yeah.
You want my notes?
Yes.
Okay, I'll leave the name for last because I gave it a funny name. I haven't heard this many whip cracks since Johnny Test.
That's yes.
I think I heard the Gordon Ramsay violin.
Tiberius is goated.
Yeah.
Silver Streak can suck my balls. The reason I wrote that is for the first 2 cups, he was always on my butt and wouldn't leave me alone. And then Maelstrom is also goated.
Yes.
Cargo is good racetrack. Beach and palm trees is bad racetrack. Okay. That's all I wrote down. And then I named the game Ramble Races.
Ramble Races.
There you go. You're welcome.
All right. I think that's it, unless there's anything else to say. It's a pretty classic PlayStation 2 game. Right at the end, where if this game came out now, people would hate this game because it's pretty short. This is a very classic game of, all right, we've made a game and you unlock cars. How do we make it longer? Triple it.
Race the same 2
Do it
or 3
again.
tracks.
And then do it again. And you'll unlock the same car 3 times.
Yep.
And if you want to have all the tracks for when your friend comes over to split screen, you'll have to do that to get all the tracks. Every one of them. Yeah, it is the most PlayStation 2 game of all time. It is one of the PlayStation 2 games of all time. I mean, I didn't necessarily suffer. It was fine.
It wasn't bad. I wish I could play this with you guys because, again, this would be very fun with friends. I don't have a lot to say about it though, because I don't usually even play these kinds of games.
That is why I spent the time to look at all the cars, because I was like, I don't have much to talk about. I better look at all these cars and. I just love that.
I would argue that Mario Kart is kind of in that boat too.
I'm better at Mario Kart.
I'm worse at Mario Kart.
I've never played Mario Kart.
It's the same general concept.
Yeah, except I'm worse at it.
Yeah, you're worse at it.
Do you have a plan to what game that you're going to be giving us this time? Or do you only have the concepts of a plan?
I have the concepts of a plan. No, we're going to be playing. Okay, so here's the thing. The last 4 games that I'm going to do, I've done 2 and I'm doing 2 more, come together to tell a story. Which way would you prefer the story to fold out? You played a good game and a bad game. Do you want to play another bad game by the people who did black, or do you want to play a good game by the people who did black?
Good.
All right,
We
so
should
we'll do
play
good
Burnout
and then
Revenge
bad.
for the PS2.
No, we're if you do good, it's Burnout Paradise.
Oh.
Remastered?
Yes, you're allowed to do remastered. It's the same game.
I'd like to play Burnout.
Well, then let's do Burnout Paradise. That is the next.
I haven't
game.
played a Burnout game in a long time.
It is on. I think it's on Switch. It's on PS5 or.
So a funny thing about Burnout, you know, the last time I played Burnout, it was a Mechasalt Extra CD for the Xbox original. Back when games used to have like a music video and a fucking like game demo in it. I had a game demo of Burnout on my Mechasol disc.
How long to beat Burnout Paradise? 11 hours. It is just over. So I am going to allow you. I do not expect you to beat this game. Obviously, it would be cool if you did, but it is over the 10-hour limit. I'm not expecting you. Play as much as you can.
I'm gonna go see if I have it.
Beep.
Did you hear my PlayStation beep?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, what is my mic picking up? It's picking up the weirdest stuff. You probably just heard Gretel burn out there.
I did. I did. So yeah, Burnout Paradise is next. And then after that, we'll play another bad game by them. At least that's the theory. Maybe we'll like it. Maybe we'll hate this
But
one.
that's just a theory.
We don't actually know. I'm just going based off of what I know of the games.
Okay, theory.
I think doing it this way is better because in a way we're going to end off where we began. So yeah, we'll do Paradise now. What's funny is because of the way this is going to end.
Paradise.
So next episode is the last of this year. We're going to take a break through December. And then we'll be back. We will record next on January. Where's
Alan
January
Wake, more like
15th?
Oh.
But the episode will go up the 18th, and then we'll every 2 weeks from there.
Oh my gosh, I have Borderlands 3.
Wow, you could have been playing with us.
I could have been playing with you guys this whole time.
Wow.
I didn't even know I have it. I'm gonna download it on my PS4. It's a PS Plus game.
Got for free. That's the best. You know what? That's the best time to get Borderlands 3. I only got all the Borderlands stuff because for the price of a full game, I got 1, 2, pre-sequel, 3, and all of its DLC. The Pandora's box was on super sale. And so I was like, all right, this is worth it. I'm getting like, the Wonderlands game even came with it.
The last Borderlands thing I actually think I bought was the D&D one.
Yeah, Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that came in the Pandora's box. Like it even though it was like $60, it was like, okay, but this is a lot of games and DLC. And since my boyfriend and his friend group like these games, I'll play them eventually with them. So I'll buy it.
Oh, turns out I've already played Burnout Paradise a little bit. Not a lot, but I've already played it before.
That's how I am. I booted it up and then the podcast started again. I was like, I should save this.
Well, that sounds about like how I ended up with Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue HD.
What?
Have you never heard of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger?
Not the specific second game with that long ass title you just mentioned. I only knew there was the one game.
There's 3.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
I guess I know what I have to recommend next time
it's a trilogy.
On
It
the
rhymes.
next season. Yeah. The third game, I think people didn't like the third one, but I remember not minding it as a kid. But maybe I was just a child. But the second game is Bush Rescue. The third game is Night at the Quinkin.
Quinkin. Hell yeah.
I think I know who that friend is.
You don't know who the friend is.
That makes it good. That's good for me then. You know, looking to the future, that's good for me.
Yeah, I like just watching.
It makes me think
people
of
game.
whenever I went up to visit you, and you had Dark Souls 3, and I was like, "Oh, I want to see you play," and then you were like, "Oh, I got invaded," and then you handed over the controller to me, and I absolutely decimated the invader.
Delta and I are going to be the couple that we game all the time. So we're going to have a room where our computers are right next to each other.
Oh man,
we're gonna have to be. That
I
couple.
keep joking about like I remember that if there's a picture from the game Captured one of the anomalies is two toilets sitting right in front of each other with a chessboard in between them. And I keep jokingly asking Dirk if he do that. I would never, by the way. Although having an office space that I could play VR in would be very cool.
That was the best part of living and working in Orchid when I worked for, not the last company I worked for before I moved, but the one before that. I was allowed to use the shop for VR after work.
That's cool.
So it was legit like a good 20 by 20 foot square, where I had long enough cables where I could legitimately just run around. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we go, it is midnight. I have a pack to rip.
Don't we gotta rate it?
Yep, we gotta
What?
rate the game.
Don't we gotta rate it?
Well, yes, we do. All right, I'll rip a pack in a second.
I'll rip your pack, bitch.
Podcast reviews.
Okay, Dusty's gonna tell me kind of what goes where. I think.
All right. Rumble Racing. Wulfryk, it's your game. We'll go with you first. What did you think?
What did I think?
Rumble Racing. Of Wumble Racing.
Admittedly, I've got like some rose tinted glasses.
On your personal scale, what would be middle of the road be? A 6? A 5?
It's in the 6 range, I think.
Rot Flesh. Darkest Dungeon. No More Room in Hell. These are all like 6.5s. You don't have a single 5.
Okay, I probably put it at like a 6.5.
That's allowed.
Yeah, because I've got rose tinted glasses.
Allowed. It's your own personal scale.
It's my childhood.
Yeah. That's the fun thing about this. The reason why I'm averaging is all of us have our own scales. I refuse to use decimals. All of my reviews are just a number. Eelayne likes to put as many decimals as possible.
I'm very nuanced.
You are.
Or indecisive.
No, it's that
incredibly indecisive.
Mrs. I will rate a Super Lesbian Royale.
Hey,
RPG,
I don't like
whatever
giving
the fuck.
perfect scores. I just don't like.
9.98, please.
Hey, I don't like the concept of perfection, so I don't like giving perfect scores.
It was perfect, though.
It was perfect.
I'm sorry.
I'm just giving you shit. That's why I'm averaging it out, which I think is funny, because it's 4 different scales and rating systems. We all have our own idea of what a scale is. The only thing is, it's definitely 0 to 10. From there, do whatever. Anyway, we're going backwards. Fancy. What do you rate this game?
I'd give it a solid 5.
A 5. All right. Eelayne, what do you rate this game?
I'm in the same boat as Lad. I think I'm gonna give it a 5 as well. It was very middle of the road to me. I wasn't like at the edge of my seat excited, but I wasn't hating my time. I was enjoying my time. If it was like if one of y'all motherfuckers bust out a PS2, we get some controllers, I'd have fun with y'all. But I feel like it would be more us having fun with each other than the game.
Yeah.
So I think it's very middle of the road. It would be a great party game, though.
I am completely on your side. I think it's a 5. I think it's pretty simple, pretty bland. It doesn't do anything really special, but it's also not bad. And because of the redneck announcer being somewhat weird, it's also not completely forgettable. So it's a 5. I can see. I completely understand your score, though. Of if you grew up with this game, you're definitely going to like it more, and that's fine.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is the most normal of games that we've
By the way,
reviewed in terms of our rankings.
I think I'm gonna leave my audio
This
off
wasn't
here.
like any of us. Like the only one person
We're
here
at
that
2
absolutely
hours,
loved it
24
is still
minutes,
like,
45
it's a
seconds.
6.
Just cut it.
Besides Mankind Divided,
Okay.
this is the closest all of
Bye-bye.
us have agreed to on a game. Also, Black. We all did not like
Black. We really don't like Black.
Yeah. It is pretty bad.
It's boring.
It is there. That is the Collecting Dust hot take. Black is bad, and all of you are wrong for liking it.
The weird thing I could say about Black is I could understand why somebody would like it if you put it into its context historically, but like in terms of coming back to it and just trying to enjoy it as a game, it's just not good.
Yes.
It's kind of like how I would say Daggerfall is a good game, but I wouldn't recommend you to go and play Daggerfall because it's so fucking different. I think the biggest thing that made me dislike Black, though, was that it was boring. That's the worst thing a game can be to me, is boring. I didn't have that much fun. The real life cutscenes were the times that I was having the most fun, and that was me just kind of laughing at how ridiculous it was. But this isn't a Black review.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, you want to before we sign off, do you want to look up what the real critic review of Rumble Racing is?
Sure. I will do that real quick. Let's see what IGN gave it. Holy shit.
8? An 8.8. They loved this game. Holy shit. 85% Metacritic, 85% GameFAQ. Honestly, I don't blame them. If this is your cup of tea, that's pretty good.
Rumble Racing is an over-the-top combat meets NASCAR style racing in this brilliant blend of two unlikely styles.
We should do this from here on out. This is good.
I mean, yeah, I think we should. I think this is a good. An 8.8.
This game ranked higher than actually, hold on. Let me look it up to see if I'm right about this.
Who's the writer on this? Who wrote this? David? An 8.8, David. They haven't reviewed anything since 2002.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the other one. They reviewed Simpsons Road Rage. What did you give Simpsons Road Rage? A 5.1, David. You have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. You liked Rumble Racing way more than Simpsons Road Rage.
Hold on.
David.
I'm gonna look up Black IGN.
Okay, Frogger the Great Quest. What did you rate Frogger the Great Quest? A 3? Okay, that seems correct. So this person seems to prefer
8.6 out of 10 for Black, by the way.
This reviewer seems to prefer his racing and sports games. So it just seems like Lego Racers, they gave a 6. Okay. He did. Before he quit, he did a lot of reviews. Rumble Racing was not at all even one of his last ones. I've been scrolling for a while. I'm only in July of 2020 or 2001. Disney's Atlantis: The Lost Empire. What do you rate this? A 7.5. Better than Simpsons Road Rage, huh?
I think it's funny to think about the fact that Rumble Racing has a higher review than Battlefield 5
I don't.
by IGN.
Yeah.
and Battlefield 2042. Battlefield 2042 is 7 out of 10.
Yeah. The reason why I don't really like to do that is because IGN is a place where a lot of different reviewers come together.
That's true.
That's why
but
I was
it's still
scrolling
kind of
down.
funny.
That's why I was scrolling down and seeing what this person reviewed as well, because I still found the insane. Wait, this is better than Simpsons Road Rage? You're wrong. You're just, I'm sorry, David.
He really liked Rumble Racing, bro. He fucking loved it, bro. Actually, the thing is, though, it's a good game. I could see how somebody would come to a higher score on that, but I don't think, I don't know anything about the Simpsons game that you were talking about, except for the fact that people talk about it.
It's The Simpsons if it were Crazy Taxi. That's all it is. It's the same kind of. It's also got platforming and stuff, but mechanic wise, it is. What if Simpsons was Crazy Taxi, and then they added a bunch of stuff on top of that? It is a Crazy Taxi like game, which I love Crazy Taxi, so you know. One of the last games they reviewed, Mega Man X6. I don't know nothing about this game. Wulfryk, do you know anything about Mega Man X6? All right. I feel like I did know that. I just thought if anyone knew anything about it, it would be you. Because you like Pro Jared and stuff, so I thought maybe Pro Jared played it or something. Okay. Later, 2001. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I say that, but Mega Man's been gone for like checks watched 15 years. Like, where'd he go? Yeah. Apparently David gave it an 8. David, I'm telling you, I hope you didn't stop reviewing because you died or anything. I hope you're still out there, but you're wrong. Oh, updated December 2018. Hold on. Okay. Well. Okay. What is it?
Gretel, hey, stop.
Oh yeah, I got one.
I'd do that, but my phone's internet just kind of cracked
and
itself.
my phone just died. I can't do it.
Is it Verizon?
No packs. No, like my phone's battery died. Like it's.
Oh.
If you get a card I need, I'm gonna scream. I mean, I need something out of everything. I'm 40 cards away. So
I swear.
So that was a garbage. That was an L pack. So Wulfryk,
never say that again.
What an L pack?
Yeah.
So what's funny about that trick is just like with opening real packs, they have programmed little things like that that seemingly don't actually do anything, but for some people will just happen to always be lucky, and for some won't. Another thing you can find is if you look at them carefully, you can find some with bent edges and stuff. And some people swear that you'll get good cards out of those. And yeah, just like real packs, they've programmed differences in all of them. So it can be like, no, these. Yeah, that's what they've done. That's what they've done. So if turning them backward, finding the backwards ones doesn't help for you, just stop. Honestly, just. That's what I do. I just spin it. Is it the full art? Oh. Nice.
I got an Ivysaur. I wonder picked it.
Well, good for you. I don't have one.
All right. I think we're. Oh no, you're opening another pack, or no? You already did. I think that's the end of this episode. Well, this was a crazy episode. Remember the 30 minutes we did SpongeBob references? That was pretty cool.
I don't think it was 30 minutes.
No, but it was more like 5-10, but it was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Whoa! Stop!
That was violent.
Did you just have to
I was just
tackle
shaking
your
my
cat?
tray because my cat keeps getting into my trash can. My tray's next to it. I just want her to stop doing that because I don't want her getting in there.
We need
There's
to,
no food in there. She just wants to eat the plastic bag.
we need to interview the cat, and the cat's gonna go. She picked me up with her mind powers and shook me like a doll.
Shook me like a dog.
I said doll.
Oh, doll. I was gonna say, but no, I don't hurt her. But I do try and spook her when she's getting into things she's not supposed to be into. I'm patting her right now.
Is it the nugget one, but it's also close to the N word?
I'm sorry.
I'll say it.
Don't say.
I always pick the one closest to the thumb.
Depends on what hand you're holding your phone with.
Well, if you're left-handed, then God hates you. I always go top row third. That's my go-to every time.
I just got a Tentacruel and a Jinx. And I pulled Ivysaur. Great. Glad I pulled him.
I guess not.
Sorry,
You're welcome.
I was distracted.
Are we still recording, by the way?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I'm sorry. Oh, I never choose top or middle. Oh, well, you're welcome. You got a Zubat. You can thank me. You can thank me later.
Anyway. I want to switch to my phone so I don't have to keep holding this PC open with a broken ass
I want to
mouse.
go to bed. I want.
Nope.
You're so welcome. We're gonna end this podcast now. Thank you all for watching. Stuff in the description. Follow people where they want to be followed. I'm leaving Twitter. That one's leaving. I will not link that one anymore. By the time the day this goes up is the day I leave Twitter, literally. So, suckers.
I mean, yeah. It's funny because you can't farm engagement there, which makes it an actually better site because people can't just farm engagement by being trolls.
It is also because of the multiple feeds you can choose. It is actually way easier to control your feed while having a lot of random shit you've never seen before. It's amazing to see a bunch
Yeah.
of random new things, but also not have cancerous people. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
Shop ending soon.
Yep. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time for the very last episode. Very little to no news. We're gonna do a fun little trivia game where I get to earn no points. Anyway, goodbye.
Peace out.
Okay.